This isn't the great. This is like the best thing I've heard all day. Trump has to confront a campaign without his signature Klan rallies. In the days after the fake President Donald Trump's poorly attended Klan rally in Tulsa, Oklahoma, senior campaign aides repeatedly assured their optics-obsessed boss it was a one-off debacle. They demoted a longtime staffer who had managed logistics for the failed campaign comeback. They went to work locating the perfect site for a do-over maggot Klan rally large enough to quell questions of declining enthusiasm among Trump's inbred base. And they quickly settled on New Hampshire, the state that jump-started Trump's political movement 4 years ago, and managed to dodge the brunt of the COVID-19 during its rapid spread across the Northeast this spring. Then it all fell apart with a Friday afternoon phone call from campaign manager Brad Parscale. The abrupt cancellation of the airport hangar event, which the Trump team blamed on an incoming tropical storm that never materialized, but three officials privately attributed to concerns about attendance, and underscored the recurring challenge the Trump aides face recreate the fake president's marquee campaign Klan rallies amid a once-in-a-century health crisis, without upsetting a boss who views crowd size as a leading metric for evaluating his campaign success, which his campaign hasn't had any success at all. It also raised questions about the fate of a down-ballot Republicans if the coattail effect. An incumbent fake a president's ability to attract votes from other candidates in his party is no longer guaranteed. In New Hampshire, for instance, some congressional GOP candidates were invited to attend 45's Klan rally as a warm-up act, or front-row participants provided an opportunity to appear before larger than normal crowds in their own backyard. One of them, congressional Republican candidate Matt Mowers, had been scheduled to speak at the Klan rally prior to Trump's remarks and greet him when he arrived in the Granite State, according to a person familiar with the planning. Everybody benefits from the president coming here. No, we don't. It's a huge help in terms of earned media opportunities, bringing additional dollars in and boosting down-ballot candidates as well. Michael Biondo, a New Hampshire-based former senior advisor to Trump's 2016 campaign, said just hours before the fake president called off last Saturday's Klan rally. At this point in 2016, Trump was already holding several Klan rallies each week, including a doubleheader in Nevada and Arizona on June 18th and a 3-day span in July that featured 6 Klan rallies in 4 states over 72 hours. By comparison, the fake president has only attended 2 large campaigns and Klan rallies, his Tulsa debacle rally and dumbass students for Trump event in Phoenix since his March 13th Oval Office address where he addressed the coronavirus. The Trump campaign had hoped to be averaging 2 Klan rallies per week by June 2020, but according to a person involved with the fake president's re-election, the fake President Trump was a machine in 2016, and he wants to be that same candidate this cycle. Unfortunately, the coronavirus has interfered with our plans to contrast his tremendous stamina with Joe Biden. This person said, referring to Trump's 2020 challenger, former Vice President Joe Biden. 2 people close to the Trump campaign said that its primary issue is locating areas where local and state officials are both willing to permit the large-scale campaign event and unlikely to blame the president if an outbreak of the virus occurs once he's come and gone. The Trump aides felt blindsided early last week when New Hampshire Governor Chris Sununu, or I don't know how you say that, who's also a Republican, publicly stated that he would not attend the Portsmouth Klan rally out of precaution for himself and his family. When Oklahoma reported a record number of COVID-19 cases 3 weeks after Trump's June 20th Klan rally, the state health officials said that the fake president's appearance, combined with protests that broke out in response, likely contributed to that surge. In the past few days, we've seen almost 500 new cases, and we had several large events just over 2 weeks. So I guess we just connect the dots. Tulsa Health Department Director Dr. Bruce Dart said at the time, some states will play a pivotal role in the 2020 election, and have rolled back their plans for reopening in response to rising cases of the deadly virus in Florida, where Republicans are expected to hold a portion of the party's nominating convention next month. Three counties have tightened restrictions on restaurants and bars and issued stricter guidance on the mask wearing for residents. In Michigan, Democratic Governor Gretchen Whitmer has paused further statewide reopenings and mandated masks to be worn in most public spaces. Whitmer previously said it would be a long time before she felt comfortable permitting Trump or Biden to host the crowded campaign events in her state. The changes and reversals to statewide reopenings bring to the fore obstacles that Trump campaign officials are not only still grappling with, but racing to overcome before public opinion about the president's response to the fake president's response to the COVID-19 deteriorates further. At the beginning of July, a Reuters Ipsos poll found that 7 in 10 Republicans were personally concerned about the virus, marking a 10-point increase from prior weeks. More than a quarter of respondents in the same survey said the top factor determining which presidential candidate they support this November is their plan to help the U.S. recover from COVID-19, a shift from previous polls in which more respondents said that reviving the economy was their top priority, which to me it's not. One senior administration official said the lack of recognition some of Trump's top aides have paid to coronavirus has done irreversible damage to his re-election campaign. Internal divisions over how much focus Trump should lend to the virus have plagued the White House in recent weeks. Chief of Staff Mark Meadows and senior advisor Dumbash Kushner have both pushed the fake president to focus on communicating the strong second-term agenda, which he won't get anyway. He won't get a second term anyway. Including measures he would take to help bring the U.S. economy roaring back to life, which he won't do, while others have encouraged him to focus on combating the virus itself, given its widespread impact on most people's lives. If he solved the virus problem, almost everything else will solve itself, said the senior administration official. Instead of attending meetings with health officials alongside the dumbass Pence, the fake president has been eager to resume a demanding campaign schedule that mirrors his approach to 2016. When Trump has weighed in on the viral pandemic, it has been tangential. Last week, he hosted a White House event to discuss the reopening of schools this fall, but he has consistently attributed the rising number of cases in southwestern states to increasing testing capabilities, even as other administration officials acknowledge that testing alone cannot statistically account for surges in most areas. In an interview with CBS on Tuesday, Trump said COVID-19 testing in the U.S. has been working too well. No, it hasn't. We're finding thousands and thousands of cases, he told the network. Yeah, that's because people are getting infected, you fucking idiot. The campaign staffers who scrambled to get the fake president back in front of the large audience he craves were so shaken by the Tulsa episode, they waited until the 11th hour to call off his New Hampshire Klan rally for fear of upsetting him, according to the two people close to the campaign. Staffers who were already on the ground in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, a riverfront city situated in a county that Trump handily won in 2016, were called off guard last Friday when their colleagues alerted them of the change. One campaign volunteer who questioned the reasoning at the time noted that intense humidity was the only weather-related issue on the ground, and suggested that Pascal postponed the event until the campaign could guarantee a larger crowd, which they won't have. A spokesperson for the Trump campaign said the Klan rally was expected to be rescheduled in the next week or two, and disputed the claims that it was postponed for any reason other than the forecast. The same spokesperson on Tuesday said there was nothing to announce about when the Klan rally might be rescheduled. New Hampshire is one of the several states that Trump lost in 2016 that his campaign is now eyeing to make up for potential losses elsewhere in November. His first place finish in the state's 2016 primary, followed by a narrow loss to Democrat Hillary Clinton in the general election, revealed the surprising strength of Trump's populist brand in a state known for its independent and late-breaking voters. Inside his campaign and among his inbred supporters, Trump's Fort Mouth Klan rally was seen as a chance to restart his re-election campaign in a state that boasts a sizable population of enthusiastic maggot inbred fans. The fake President Trump's affinity to New Hampshire is because it all started here for him, and they claim he has a loyal following there, but basically people that when they talk about loyal, the loyal people that support him are the inbreeding rednecks that live in trailer homes collecting welfare. Said Corky Messner, a 45 a Trump-endorsed repug running to unseat Democratic Senator Jeanine Shaheen. The 4 electoral votes in New Hampshire could potentially be very important, and hopefully Trump won't get those.